With the blessings of God, the most merciful. This is Amir Sultan, QHSC Business International CEO, Chief Executive Officer. Today I will be talking on chapter number 270, part 1. Before I proceed to chapter number 270, part 1, I would like all of you to subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell button after doing that. Moreover, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter. Thank you so much. Chapter number 270, part 1 is about ISO. What is ISO and what are the benefits? What is the real implications of that? I will describe you today about this. Basically, ISO is an organization present in Switzerland in an international organization of standardizations which makes standards based on the best practices for that area for the organizations all around the world. Then, the companies who are interested to make their systems better, they opt for that system and apply that and maintain it for long term. Now, why it is so much important and why people are not so much serious to date in many countries like Pakistan, Asia and other countries where developing countries where people are not so much interested in applying ISO in real terms. Basically, people don't have a know-how about the ISO in real terms. That is the main question. People see ISO is like a liability or a contractor's or the client's requirement or the tender requirement and so on. And they just fulfill it, contact the companies to make their systems and get them certified on that ISO standard and they can continue with their work. It's not like this. Basically, ISO improves the system comprehensively. How? I will tell you something about that. If you need more details, you can contact me. Basically, ISO has guidelines. Each standard of the ISO has guidelines to improve that system which is sometimes not existing or sometimes existing at the very initial stage. So, companies like my QHSC Business International, what they do, they make their complete system of their ISO, that standard, and apply that standard to that organization. Then what happens? When it is done, implication is done for the initial phase, the external auditors, companies, whoever the certifying companies, they are contacted, they come down for the external audit. When it get passed, they issue the certificate valid for 3 years and with the surveillance for 2 years. Now, why companies are not opting for this system for having proper implication? Most of the companies stop at the phase 1, which my company described as when the ISO implication documentation is done, applied, and the external audit done, and they get the certificate. Most of the companies don't go further to that. But the real story comes down after this. We have to do the phase 2 and phase 3, which my organization describes, QHSC Business International, that when the things are done at the initial phase, some trainings are done, some documentation is complete, some implementation is done, audit got clear for the new company, I am telling you, for the ISO. Then the second phase should start it. What is that? The proper implementation of what is stated in those documents of ISO for that organization, specifically speaking to that standard. When we start that implementation, the real sense improvement comes up. Systems start improving a lot. It's not just that it will not improve. No, they start improving because the things stated in these documents validate the information and improve the systems, sometimes gradually, sometimes at a very fast pace. Now we move on. When the implementation starts, it takes a lot of time. Sometimes few months, few weeks, few months, like that. Then we move on to third phase, which my company described as learning of the employees at each level. Okay, now what is that? In this, basically, we try to train the personals who don't have any idea about ISO that standard before, what is that standard is all about. Even the top management, if they don't have any idea about that, we tell them also. Everyone is learned on that ISO standard with a proper series of trainings, with a series of proper lectures, and so on, so on. Then what happens actually? The complete scenario change for that organization, because from the low down to top level, everybody is getting an idea about that ISO system which is applied over there. The real actual essence of that standard comes into play. The people have learned it for each level, and system gets improved, system get implemented, and so on. Then after that, what things comes down which are important, which my company also tells about, that we need to have a proper follow-up of that systems on regular basis. In this, what happens actually? We create departments of HSE in the organization, which if they haven't got any department, and that department need to work on those standards on per day basis. One very interesting thing I need to tell you today. Most of the people thinks that this ISO standards once applied never need monitoring on per day basis, on or regular basis. Not, it's not like that. It's not like that. We have to properly follow up that system on regular basis. Otherwise, things not maintained as per defined in the standard, and we don't get uh, the real benefit of that ISO system which we have applied to that organization. So these things which I've told, and now I tell you what are the benefits. Like most of the organizations, when I go there and ask them to get them certified, they ask me directly what benefit they will be getting. Okay, I will tell you few of the benefits. Okay, first of all, financial benefit. They will get lot of financial benefit in terms of their any loopholes present before the application of that ISO system, which are covered by the ISO system. Secondly, they get the ISO logo. The ISO logo is an international logo. They can export their things. They can propagate to get more orders. Now, next, personals in the companies learn a lot about ISO, and their improvement is also done. You know, they also upgraded. Every level of the employees get upgraded from the low level to middle level to high level. Everyone upgraded to the next level in terms of real improvement of that ISO standard learning, which improves their system, their working for that organization, and for their day-to-day working also, for their life also. Then the exports increases, the domestic sales increases, the accidents get solved out, minimum zero LTA achieved. In case of any emergency, in case of any emergency or fire, everyone knows how the systems operate, and then fire emergency can be is tackled appropriately if it happens. First aid emergency tackled appropriately. For instance, any CPR issue and things, everybody knows about that, and we can save the lives of the personnel also. So there are massive benefits of ISO system when they are applied in real sense. The most important point what I'm telling you today is real sense. And if it is done, there are massive improvement in the systems. Whether it's a government level organizations or private level, each organization improves in real sense of the things I have told you and described you today, that what actually benefit organization gets when they are applied properly. If you need more details, summary, analysis, reports, recommendation, you can contact me from anywhere in the world at +92 335 734 7400. And you can reach me on my another number at +92 314 639 7990. And you can reach me on my email at amirsultana@yahoo.com. And you can reach me on my company website at www.qhscbusinessinternational.com. Thank you so much.